In a quiet neighborhood at the end of an eternally long street stands a rotting, moldy old manor, and inside this manor lives a vampire named Edgar. Edgar, the Vanquisher of Garlic. He's no ordinary vampire. He's a garlic-loving, Scottish and agoraphobic vampire. In fact, he hasn't left his house in decades. The outside world is pure terror to him. And I mean, who could blame him? In the comfort of his manor, he has everything he needs. Eternal darkness, solitude, and a decent supply of ferrets. Yes, you heard that right. Ferrets. Edgar has sworn off human blood long ago and now survives entirely off of ferret blood, which he harvests from his basement. To capture his nutrition, he lures them with an ancient cursed flute. And once they are drained, he turns their skin into socks. It works like a charm. His landlord, however, isn't so fond of him and his ferrets. Henry is the name, and he's a ghost. Not just any ghost, a satanic ghost, bound forever to the dryer in Edgar's laundry room. Henry passed away in a tragic dryer accident, causing him to be bound to the dryer. Henry now spends eternity cursing others with wet socks. Edgar's feet in particular are always soaked. Every step he takes makes that squish squish sound of misery. He especially hates Edgar's refusal to drink human blood, mainly since rent is due in human blood only. Luckily, Edgar has someone to help him with that problem. Shaniqua, Edgar's ex-wife, also visits the manor often. She's a vampire too. Edgar accidentally killed her with a terrible joke, turning her into a vampire to save her life. Nowadays, she spends her nights out on the prowl, using her enhancements to lure unsuspecting men back to the manor to supply human blood for the rent. Her 5-inch nails, stripper heels, lip fillers for days, 5 boob jobs, and a neon yellow bob haircut with micro bangs have all the men crawling to her. One evening, Shaniqua stomps into the living room, heels clicking, nails tapping, hips swinging. She tosses her designer hand back down dramatically and screeches.
I want a Fabergé egg.
You want a what now?
A Fabergé egg. You know, one of those fancy bejeweled ones.
Do you realise how impossible that is? Can't I just get you one off Temu?
No, it has to be real. Ask Henry. He can grant wishes.
Henry is not a fairy godmother. He's a sock-wetting demon with a grudge.
Ask him.
Fine.
He stomps towards the laundry room, feet squelching with each step. He lights 7 candles, carefully arranging them into a heart shape on the floor. Then, in his most serious voice, he chants,
Henry, Pookie, if you hear me, come hither from the dryer.
The dryer shakes and electricity sparks. With the creak of the dryer door opening, Henry appears, a bedsheet floating above the dryer.
What do you want, you damp disgrace?
Shaniqua wants a Fabergé egg.
A Fabergé egg? You dare to summon me voor een decoratieve egg?
She's not changing her mind.
Fine, but you'll regret it.
He snaps his fingers. The dryer door slams shut behind him, and with a bang on the floor appears a glowing jewel-covered Fabergé egg. Shaniqua finally runs in, squealing with joy, scooping the egg into her arms like a baby. But the moment she touches it, the room goes cold. The egg cracks and something moves inside.
Edgar.
The egg explodes. Out of it crawls a hideous creature, a round ball, almost bat-like. Huge ears and claws shoot up from the egg. Its eyes a big empty void with its only intent malice. Looking into its eyes makes all the light disappear as a feeling of dread settles in. Lets out a terrifying and bone-chilling screech.
Henry, you salty bastard!
The demon lunges at them, claws out. Edgar blows his flute as hard as he can. Ferrets start pouring into the room, chittering wildly. The creature pauses, confused. That's all Shaniqua needs. With a battle cry, she throws the egg across the room, aiming for the creature. Just as the egg is about to hit the demon, a loud piercing whistle is heard from outside. And before they know, the creature zooms outside through the window. Shaniqua jumps in the air thinking she saved the day. Edgar sighs with relief but remains a bit unsettled.
Whatever.
Edgar, did you see? I'm a hero!
Edgar rolls his eyes as he sinks onto the floor, exhausted. Shaniqua picks up the now empty eggshell, admiring it with a loving look.
You know, maybe the Temu one wouldn't have tried to kill us.
Edgar doesn't answer. He just lays there, soggy and full of regret. Later that night, still unsettled but furious, Edgar squelches his way back to the laundry room and kicks the dryer door with force.
Rent is cancelled this month, you hear me?
No reply, just the sound of a single sock tumbling. Still, something had changed. Edgar had gone into the laundry room, faced a demon egg, and talked to Henry without dying. Maybe, just maybe, he's a little braver than he thought. As for Shaniqua, She keeps a shattered egg displayed on the windowsill. She claims it's a conversation piece. And Henry? He's still in the dryer, salty and making sure Edgar's socks will never ever be dry. The end.